I am packing for Disneyland. I'm going to show you all the stuff I'm bringing. I am heading in the middle of summer, so it's going to be super hot. And when you're visiting Disneyland in the summer, it's a whole different ball game when you're packing versus if you're visiting when it's cooler, because there are things that you have to take so you can survive Disneyland in the summer. If you don't have them, you're probably going to be miserable. So I'm going to show you all the stuff I'm packing. It's going to be fun, maybe? I don't know. Packing's not my favorite thing in the world, but it's got to be done. I'm Melissa with Mix and Some Magic. Thanks for packing with me today. I actually am looking forward to it. It's going to make it more fun than it usually is. Now I have a packing list right here. I'll put a link down in the description. If you need a Disneyland packing list, you can just print this out, have everything on here so you don't have to think about all the things you're going to bring. Because I think that's one of the worst parts of packing, is wondering if you're missing something, hoping you're remembering to bring all the things that you need. So this packing list will help. I'm going to put links to most of the things I'm talking about in case you don't have them. It's something you feel like you could need or use, then you can click on that and you can go get it. The first thing you're going to need, packing cubes. If you are not packing with packing cubes, then you're doing it wrong. Packing cubes make a huge difference. They keep things organized, and you don't have to rummage around looking for certain things, especially if you're traveling with a family. Highly recommend packing cubes. They come in all different sizes. I don't know how many sets, way too many sets, because I bought a set for every single member of my family. So when we travel, we all have packing cubes to keep things nice and neat and organized. I also love it too because as we're going through our trip and we're wearing clothes and they're getting dirty, then I'll take an empty packing cube and I'll start packing all the dirty clothes away. Then when I get home, I just have to grab my packing cubes full of dirty clothes, take them to the laundry and wash them. It's not like we're sorting through clothes trying to figure out what's dirty and what's clean and all of that. It just makes things so easy. But I did make a mistake when I bought packing cubes, and I bought them all in the same color. I bought all black packing cubes. Don't make that mistake if you are going to be using packing cubes with a family. I should have bought different colors so that every family member could have their own color. That would have made things way easier for me, because when we travel as a family, we try to take as little luggage as possible. So I will have my kids pack in their packing cubes, and then they bring me their packing cubes and I load them into suitcases. And I can fit a lot more into these suitcases when things are all packed in packing cubes. But if they all had their own color, when we got to our destination, I could just pull out the color and hand the blue bags to this kid and the green bags to that kid, and it would make it easier. I didn't do that. It's too late for me, but if it's not too late for you, buy different colors. That's going to be helpful. When I travel, I like to lay out all my outfits so I can see what's going on, make sure I have enough, and kind of make sure that I'm not going to be wearing the same color every single day. I did have another blue shirt here and I switched it out. I guess I'm having like a blue vibe this trip. So that helps me to lay things out and visualize things. Plus, I like to wear ears. These ears are from Allie's Ears, and then I can kind of lay out my ears, figure out which ones I'm bringing, see if I can use the same pair of ears for 2 outfits like this, so I can just pack less. So I like to lay everything out. I am really only interested in being comfortable. I mean, obviously I want to look cute, but I'm more interested in being comfortable, so I'm just wearing t-shirts and a pair of shorts every single day to keep it simple and hopefully to be as cool as possible. I'm also throwing in my swimming suit, and I have a swimsuit cover up under there because we are going to be going to the beach and our hotel has a pool. Then I'm throwing in a sweatshirt because even though we're visiting in the summer and it's super, super hot, it can get cooler in the evenings and I hate being cold. So I'm bringing my sweatshirt just in case. It's better to have it than to wish you did. Now, when you're thinking about how many outfits you need to bring, I would always throw in an extra outfit or 2 if you're visiting in the summer, because it gets so hot, you are going to be sweaty. And when I say sweaty, like max level sweaty everywhere. And sometimes you just want to change into an outfit that is not sweaty. So say you go back to the hotel in the middle of the day and swim, and then you shower, and then you're heading back to the parks in the evening. You don't want to put on those gross sweaty clothes that you wore earlier in the day. You don't want to do it, trust me. So throw in an extra outfit or two that you can put on in case you decide you are going to do an outfit change halfway through the day, because it's always nice to have fresh, clean clothes. That includes underwear, bras. Bring more than you think you'll need in case they're sweaty and gross. Then you don't have to. I mean, putting on a wet, sweaty bra, is there anything worse? That's disgusting. So throw in extra. If you don't use them, great. But if you need them, then you have them. I've also got a pair of flip-flops for the pool and the beach. And I am packing my favorite park shoes. I love these so much. I have 3 pairs. This is my favorite shoe that I've ever found to wear to the Disney parks, because I can walk around all day long and my feet don't get tired. Plus, when it's hot, I love to wear sandals. I just feel a lot cooler. If I'm wearing tennis shoes and socks, ooh, it's just like more heat in there around my feet and it makes me hotter. So wearing sandals really helps. I can wear these on the water rides and not worry about gross wet tennis shoes. They dry quickly and they are really, really supportive and just comfortable. So I love them, highly recommend them. They are Crocs. I'll put a link, like I said, in the description. These are my favorite park shoes. I'm also, of course, bringing things like pajamas. That will be in my bag. A hat. I like to have a hat. This one's cute. This little Minnie Mouse hat. Sometimes I don't wear ears. Sometimes I need a hat just to keep the sun off me. The sun is so hot in the summer months. And if you can have a little break, create your own shade with a hat, it makes a huge difference. Along with that, I never travel without sunglasses. And last time I was at Disneyland, my sunglasses broke and I had to buy a pair of Disney sunglasses and they just were uncomfortable. I didn't love them. I was in a hurry and I just had to grab them and wear them. And I mean, they were fine. They worked in a pinch, and I was in a pinch because I hate being without sunglasses. So from here on out, I'm bringing 2 pairs of sunglasses just in case, because you never know. So definitely sunglasses, hat if you think you'll use it. Let's talk about sunscreen, because that is something major that you cannot be without at Disneyland when it's hot. So when it's hot and sunny and summertime, I always put on a lotion-based sunscreen, like a rub-in type sunscreen, before I leave for the day. So it's already on, I'm already protected, because even when it's not quite hot yet, the sun is still affecting your skin and I burn really easily. So I love a mineral sunscreen. I found that it just protects my skin way better than the chemical-based sunscreens. I like this one. This is Bare Republic, but I mean really any mineral sunscreen, I'm good to go. So I do a lotion sunscreen right in the morning so I can rub it all in and start my day protected. And then I will throw in to my park bag smaller sunscreens that I can use to touch up later as the day goes on. But I'll talk about that in a minute when I get to all the stuff that's in my park bag, because there's a lot of good stuff in there that you are going to need when it's hot and sweaty at Disneyland this summer. I'm not a huge jewelry person, but sometimes I like to wear a little bit of jewelry in the park. I do this more when the weather's cooler, because just more things on my body, even a necklace when it's hot, I'm like, ugh, it's so sweaty. But I do like to bring jewelry just in case. So I found this cute little jewelry organizer for travel that I really like. So I can keep my necklaces right here, and then it has a little spot for earrings and rings, and I can just tuck it all in there so it all stays organized and I'm just good to go. I know where all my jewelry is. I could just set this on my dresser at the hotel, pull it out when I need to, and everything is all organized and in one place. One thing that I just started bringing to hotels is this little hotel essentials bag. That's what I'm calling it. I filled it with things that I might need at a hotel room, but I might not. But I just want to have them with me in case I do need them. It will just make our stay more comfortable. So I'm taking this with me every time I travel, just throwing it in my suitcase, and then I have it. It's all packed and ready to go at all times, so I don't have to keep, packing it every time I travel. It just stays packed. I throw it in, and if I need this stuff, great. If I don't, that's okay too. So let me show you some of the things that I have added to my hotel essentials bag. First thing is a pen and a Sharpie. Never know when you're gonna need those. The second one is pre-poop toilet spray. This stuff comes in handy. I also threw in a little tiny travel first aid kit. It's just got Band-Aids and antiseptic wipes, things like that. I also have this little sleep mask. Sometimes the light bothers me when I'm in hotels. There's different lights shining around, and sometimes it's distracting when I sleep. I actually took this from a hotel. It was there for free, and so I thought, well, perfect. I'm throwing it in my hotel essentials bag. I have a Tide pen. I have needed this before and didn't have it, so thank goodness. Got the Tide pen now. I have some makeup remover wipes, earplugs that I also took from a hotel. I took this from a hotel that I'm really excited about. They're like lint remover sheets. So when you have little lint things on your clothes, you can tear one of these off. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever use this, but it makes me happy that I have it, just in case. Advil, something you're gonna need if you do Tylenol, whatever it is. Whatever your pain reliever of choice, just throw it in. You can never have too much on Disney trips. Also, I have a little mini thing of deodorant, tiny little travel one. I like it because it's small. I also like it because I have it just in case, because what if you run out of deodorant at Disneyland in the summer? Yeah, you could drive somewhere and buy some deodorant. That would be a huge pain, but you can't be without it. So I just threw this in my hotel essentials bag, just in case I ever run out of deodorant on a trip, that I'm covered. I threw in chapstick as well. You could also throw in like tampons. You never know, better to have them than to wish you did. I have some hand sanitizer that I took from a hotel. This is something I really love to have. It is just a little charging station, because you never know what the situation is going to be with outlets in a hotel. So it has a couple of USBs and it has just some regular outlets, and I can just plug it in, and then we have more outlets if we need them. You could also throw in a nightlight if you have kids that need a nightlight, just in case you get where you're going and they're like, no, this isn't going to work, it's too dark. You have a nightlight, you could throw that in. I also put this in. I don't even know what it's called. Maybe it has a special name. If it does, I don't know what it is. I call it the spiky ball. So it is a really hard, I can't even squeeze it. It's a really hard plastic ball. And I use this to roll my feet on at the end of a park day, because it just feels so good. If you have tired, sore feet, this makes a big difference. You gotta wear socks when you use it, but you just put it on the floor and you roll your feet on top of it. It feels really good. So I bring that just in case. I don't use it all the time, because like I said, if I'm wearing my sandals, my feet feel great. But if it's cold and I end up wearing my tennis shoes, or if I travel with other people, they have really loved this. My husband loves it. My kids like using it. So this can be really helpful too. Obviously, I'm bringing all my bathroom stuff, my shampoo and conditioner and makeup and face wash, but I don't think you care about all that, so I'm not going to show you. But I do have a little travel bag that I put it all into, so it's all nice and organized, and then I can just take that bag, put it in the bathroom, and I'm good to go. What I really want to talk about is park bag, what you're bringing to the park, because that's really what makes a huge difference in whether you have a really great Disneyland trip in the summer or an extra hot and miserable Disneyland trip. Being prepared makes all the difference. So let's talk about park bags. The first thing we got to talk about is park bags. There are several options that I have used and found really, really helpful. This is usually my go-to. I just have a Loungefly. It's a good size for me. I can fit everything I need right in here, but it is small for a lot of people. So if this seems too small to you, then you're gonna need something bigger. If I'm traveling with my kids, This usually works pretty well. It's just a larger size backpack. I like it because it's got Minnie Mouse on it, so it feels a little more Disney-ish. I also have, here it is. I don't know what you call them now. I call it a fanny pack. I think there's a cooler word for it. It's like a belt bag, or I don't know. I'm still calling it a fanny pack. I have this, so if I really don't need to bring a lot of stuff, then this is perfect. This bag is from Maxi and Nova, and what I love about it is it comes with a bunch of stuff that is really helpful in the parks. Plus, it's cute. It's really well made. This is a little ear holder, so if you're bringing ears, you can hang them on there if you're done wearing them. It also comes with a little portable fan. This makes a huge difference. It comes with a cooling towel. We'll talk about that later as well. These are straws, reusable straws, because Disneyland has paper straws and they're the worst. So a reusable straw is helpful. It comes with this collapsible water bottle, which is really awesome. So you can pull it out like that. You've got a water bottle, and it comes with this, which is full of little ponchos, which is nice to have if you're going on a water ride, or if there's a sudden rainstorm, you've got some ponchos. So this bag is really great. It's got a lot of space in there. There's an extra little pocket back here that I like to keep my driver's license and credit card in. So this is another great option for a bag. Another bag we love in the parks is this cooler backpack. Did you even know that was a thing, a cooler backpack? It is, and it's amazing when it's hot and sweaty at Disneyland. So we'll freeze water bottles and we'll just shove them right down in there. They keep cold, they keep the whole cooler backpack cold, and then we can put other things that we want to keep cold in the bag. I like to bring cans of Diet Dr. Pepper because they don't have Diet Dr. Pepper in the parks. So I'll throw my cans of Diet Dr. Pepper in here, and there's tons of other pockets and space that you can put other things in as well. And it's really nice. So we just carry this around when we need a cold drink. We're ready to go. Something that I love about Disneyland that many people don't realize is you can take backpacks on all the rides. Every single ride you can take your bag on, no matter what size, whether it's one of these little fanny packs or you have a larger, cooler backpack, you can take it with you on the ride. So even if you're riding in Credicoaster, you can take it with you and put it down in between your legs and you're good to go. Now that we talked about the bag you're gonna bring, let's talk about what's gonna go inside your bag, because this is the make or break it stuff. This is the stuff you're really gonna wanna have with you while you're traveling to Disneyland in the summer. Let's start with the fun stuff. I like to bring candy. Where's my other one? Here it is. Just a little bit of candy, nothing that will melt. Gummy Nerds, if you haven't tried them, try them. These are another favorite. They're Sweet Tart Mini Chews. They are really, really good. So I always have little treats with me. I also like to throw in a hidden Mickey book when I have my kids with me because it keeps them busy in lines. I can hand them this book, they can flip through it, and they love finding hidden Mickeys, and this just gives them lots of fun hints about hidden Mickeys they can look for in the area that we're in, or even in the attraction line that we're waiting in. Cooling towels. Now don't just dismiss me when I say bring cooling towels. Don't be like, that's stupid, it's not gonna make that big of a difference, because I said the same thing. I did the same thing as you. I'm like, I don't need that. It can't make that big of a difference. I mean, and plus, do you look stupid walking around with a cooling towel around your neck? Maybe a little bit, maybe you do. I don't care, because they make such a huge difference. I'm not joking. Like, you put them around your neck. These ones are not wet, so I can't show you. They're pretty stiff when they are dry, but you get them wet. I always get them wet in the hotel before we leave, and then I put them in a Ziploc, and then when we need them, they're ready to go. I can just pull them out of the Ziploc, put them around our neck, and they feel so good. There's something about having something cold on your carotid artery that helps your whole body cool down. I love them because they're reusable. So we've used these over and over again. When I get home, I just throw them in the washing machine, and then as they're almost dry, I fold them up so that I can travel with them real nice like this. Now during the day, as they start to dry out, you can get them wet again. They don't get your shirt wet, so I can put them around my neck and they can be touching my shirt and they're not gonna get it wet. They really make a difference. So just bring them. Even if you're like, I don't think we'll use them, that's stupid, bring them with you. They do sell them in the parks, but you're gonna pay a ton for them. So bring these with you, and when you are dyeing, then just try it. Just try it and see what you think. I really think you're gonna love it. Huge difference. These will save you in the parks during the summertime. Next is a portable charger. Always have one of these because using the Disneyland app, taking videos, taking pictures, it's gonna drain your battery. So you're going to need to recharge your phone at some point. So bring a fully charged portable charger with you. They do sell fuel rods at the parks, and fuel rods are great because you can change these out. So I got this fuel rod on Amazon because it was cheaper before my trip, and then I can use it to charge my phone. As soon as it's empty, then I can take it to a fuel rod exchange station. They have several of them throughout the parks, and I can switch it out for free, and they will give me a fully charged one, which is really awesome. So I do love fuel rods, but I just keep this in my park bag as a backup because it doesn't fully charge my phone, and that annoys me a little bit. So I would rather use this that will fully charge my phone several times than use this that will only like 3/4 of a way charge my phone before it's empty, and then I have to go exchange it. I do keep a full one in my park bag just in case, because I've had situations where this hasn't worked or it's run out of battery, or I had a friend who needed to charge their phone, and so we had to both share this, and then I have a backup just in case. So I do like fuel rods, but I prefer to use another type of charging system for my phone because it just works better for me. Ponchos, I always throw in a poncho because I don't like to be wet. I know it's summertime and I know that it helps you cool off. Sometimes I'll get wet, like Grizzly River Run, you're gonna get drenched. So you just have to make the call. Like, do you wanna be soaking wet or do you not? So I like to have options because maybe at the moment I don't feel like being soaking wet, and then I have choices. So I throw in a poncho just in case. A portable fan is another thing that makes a big difference. And this is another thing that I kind of drug my feet on because I'm like, how big of a difference can it make? And I don't want to haul it around in my bag all the time, but it really makes a difference, especially if you have, there we go. Especially if you have a cooling towel on too, and then you've got this fan going, they're really pretty powerful. So throw this in. You're gonna be grateful you have it. It's kind of nice. Maybe you're eating lunch and you can just prop it up on the table in front of you, and then it's just blowing in your face as you're eating lunch. This is nice. It makes a big difference. It's one of those things that's little and you might think this is silly. I don't need this. It can't help that much. It does. Trust me. It does. I've also seen people bring those big like paper fans. They're not paper, but you know what I'm talking about. You unfold them like this and then you can fan yourself. I've seen people bring those in the park, and that looks like a good idea to me too, because that is moving a ton of air and you don't have to recharge them, and they fold up pretty small and thin. So that could be a great idea as well if you're not super into the idea of a little rechargeable one. In my park bag, I also have this little pouch that I can't remember where I got, which I feel bad about. I've had it for years and years and years. I got it off Etsy, but I carry straws in here. So I usually just bring straws from home. Bought some reusable straws off Amazon. I throw them in here, and then when we're eating, I just can pull them out and use one of these straws because I really hate the paper straws. It makes the whole drinking a beverage situation annoying when it's a paper straw. So I don't enjoy it. So I throw these in and it just makes me happier. In my park bag, I also have this little tiny essentials bag. I actually keep this in my purse all the time, just in my day-to-day life, and wherever I'm going, whatever bag I'm taking, this just kind of transfers. So I always have the things that I need. That means this goes into my backpack as well. And in here I keep little things, so they're all just kind of compact and ready to go, so I don't have to rummage through my whole bag looking for something tiny. So I pack this bag with stuff that I find super helpful. So let me show you what I have in this bag at all times. I feel like I'm Mary Poppins. Like, I get a lot of good stuff in here. So first thing, I like to bring sunscreen. I like this little tiny one. This is Blue Lizard. It's a mineral-based sunscreen, and it's just a rub-on. So I like to have that for touch-ups, like I was saying. I also have, here it is, a little spray sunscreen that I bring as well for touch-ups. Now make sure if you're gonna use one of these spray sunscreens that you're spraying in an area that you're not gonna hit other people. Because I have seen people use these in line. I mean, you're in line like crammed with people and they pull out their sunscreen and it's blowing all over people, and that's super rude. So if you're gonna use spray sunscreen, just tuck yourself into a little corner somewhere, use your sunscreen, just be mindful of where it's going. I always throw in a hand sanitizer. I usually have one hooked to my bag. I don't have to explain to you why you need hand sanitizer, but this is essential. You need hand sanitizer. I also like this Body Glide. It is anti-chafe moisturizing balm. So if you chafe anywhere, this Body Glide is going to be helpful, because the sweatier you get, the higher the chances are that you're going to have some skin somewhere that's going to rub together and it's going to get uncomfortable. So this stuff is helpful. I have a tiny little baggie that I put flossers in, because I can't tell you how many times I've gotten something stuck in my teeth, but you don't have to worry about it. When you have these little flossers, you just pull them out, get that annoying thing out, and you're good to go. I have a little lotion that I took from a hotel, more Advil. You can never have too much, promise. Whatever medication you think you might need, bring it with you so that you have it. They do sell things like Advil and Tylenol in the parks, but they're more expensive. Just bring it with you, and then you don't have to worry about hunting it down and trying to find it and paying a ton for it. Just have it so that you don't have to worry about that. I also bring Dramamine. I don't need Dramamine. I don't get motion sickness, but you never know who you're going to be with that might, or like maybe you don't usually get motion sickness, but all of a sudden you do. I just throw it in. I have shared this with a lot of people who are all of a sudden not feeling great. They don't have Dramamine. Don't worry, I got you. So just throw it in. Better to have it than to wish you did. I also throw in Band-Aids. I have a little baggie with Band-Aids. These are great if somebody falls and skins their knee, or if they start feeling like a blister is coming on. Teach your kids, your whole family really, about hot spots on their feet when you're walking through the parks. If you start feeling little hot spots on your feet, that's the beginning of blisters. Don't let it go too far. After you feel the hot spot, you can throw a Band-Aid over it. It will make it so you don't develop into a terrible blister. So Band-Aids, very, very helpful. I also make sure I have some of these little wipes. They are Summer's Eve Daily Refreshing Cloths. These are like personal wipes. If you've ever heard of swamp crotch, this is what you need. If you don't know what swamp crotch is and you're visiting a Disney park in the summer, you are going to find out. These are helpful. Little wipes, you could just throw them away. They're refreshing. Promise. This is another thing, promise. Just bring some of these, throw them in, you'll be happy that you have them. Along those same lines, I throw in a small little tiny travel deodorant. This one is a Lumi. It's a whole body deodorant. I really like that because you can put it lots of different places. Anywhere you get sweaty, this will help. They also have a whole body lotion type deodorant that I have found useful too, so I bring this as well. You can just rub it into areas that maybe are gonna get sweaty, and then maybe you wouldn't need to use these personal wipes. I can't be any more specific than that, but this is helpful stuff. I also make sure to bring a Kleenex, just a good thing to have on hand. Another thing that I love that I've used so much, I have worn the label right off of it, it's probably time for a new one, is this powder sunscreen. So it's sunscreen in powder form. So you can just take it, rub it on, you're touching up your sunscreen, and it's a lot easier than that spray. You're not messing with the lotion and all that stuff. It's just quick and easy, and I really love this stuff. I think this is Hawaiian Tropics. I'm gonna look it up, but I will put a link down there. I love this for the parks, super helpful. A couple other things you might want to consider bringing are wet wipes. I don't have any to show you. I don't know where mine went, but I like to have a little package of wet ones. Even if I don't have like babies or toddlers, sometimes you get sticky fingers and it's just nice to have a wet wipe. Or sometimes you sit down at a table, there's something sticky on there and you can just wipe it off real quick. So I do like to have a little package of wet wipes. I also have this travel sized water bottle. I like this one because it's small enough to fit into my Loungefly that I usually take to Disneyland, and because it keeps the water cold. It's, you know, one of those metal water bottles, so things stay colder. And what I'll do is I'll fill it up at the hotel before we leave, throw it in my bag, and then Disneyland will give you free cups of ice water. So I'll just get some of those from the quick service and fill it back up as I need it. There's also water bottle refilling stations throughout the park that you can use. So having a water bottle, very, very helpful. Even if you just throw in one of the plastic water bottles, totally fine, but do bring some type of water bottle because you're gonna be sweaty. As I've mentioned, ultra sweaty, and you are gonna need to stay hydrated. So make sure you have something that you can use to drink from. Another thing that I don't usually bring, but I know some people like, is a hairbrush. If your hair gets wild, then it might be nice to have a comb or a brush to brush it out. I just pull my hair back. Oh, hair ties, that's another thing. Well, you know what a hair tie looks like. I don't need to show you. I usually have hair ties with me in my pile. I don't know why I don't. I gotta go find them. Hair ties. I have to be able to tie my hair back for rides, but also when it's hot. I just need it up so I'm not as super sweaty. So hair ties, add those. If you are traveling with little kids, you might find it helpful to bring a couple of little toys in your bag, maybe things that they haven't seen. I usually like to go to the dollar store and just see what they have. I got these tiny little, they're like animal erasers, and my nieces and nephews go crazy for them. They think that these are the best things ever. They have all kinds of different animals, and I will pull them out when we're in a line, when things are starting to go south and everyone's feeling a little on edge, tired of being in the parks in long lines and in the heat. Pull out a tiny little toy and it really makes a big difference. So I'll throw in some little toy. I always like to take something little and cheap, like if they drop this and lose it, not the end of the world. So think about that if you have little kids. Also, snacks are a great idea. I like to bring some type of snack. I usually bring some beef jerky, some cashews, things that have a little more protein and that aren't as sweet, because you're gonna find a ton of sweets in the park. There's no shortage of them, but sometimes I feel like I need a little more protein, something that's a little more salty and savory. So I'll throw those in to my bag as well. What else? I think that's it. I thought of one more thing. Gum or mints. Good idea. Throw it in. They don't sell gum in the parks, and so I just bring a pack of gum or a pack of mints, something like that. Those are nice to have as well. What did I forget? I don't know. I hope I covered everything. I don't really feel more packed. Oh man, I feel like I'm in more of a mess than when I started, but at least everything is all gathered. It's all in one place. I'm gonna load it into packing cubes and then I'm gonna feel so much better. I feel so much better. Got it all packed in my little packing cubes, ready to load into my suitcase. Got all my bathroom stuff, my hotel essentials bag, all my clothes and things like that, my little backpack. I got my ears that I'm gonna wear tomorrow. Then I have my little my park essentials bag with all my stuff in there, ready to go. One thing I did want to show you that I love is this scale for suitcases. So you hook your suitcase right onto this scale, and then it will tell you how much it weighs. So if you're concerned about being over the weight limit, I love this little scale. Thanks so much for following along, packing with me. It was actually way more fun when I was talking to you. It took me longer, but it was way more fun. Don't forget, I have this packing list. I'll put a link down below. Make sure you're subscribed. Like this video if you found it helpful. You're the best. I've got more videos coming soon, so you're not going to want to miss them. Park vlogs, more packing for winter, packing for rainy days, all kinds of Disneyland tips, Disney World tips. So much is coming, so make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching. We'll talk soon.